Ugh. Every time I wake up, every single time I wake up, I have this argument in my head. And every time I get on the camera, they try their best. Fuck it, I was speaking just fluently and perfectly like 5 seconds ago before I got on camera. There's somebody using mind control that is trying to prevent me from speaking on camera. Now, if I'm off a camera, I could say it just perfectly fine. This camera has no control over me. I don't care what you think on the other side of it. I'm not adverse to the whole audience is already in their underwear. See, they won't even let me say that. They won't even let me say the whole audience is already on their underwear. They want me to say on their underwear, but not in their underwear. Why? Who's doing this? Who is switching my... Why are you doing this to me? Why can I not criticize the Jews and the blacks for what they are... Okay, Colin. Yeah, see, that's a possessor. They come inside my body and they possess me. And then they start speaking the words they want me to say as they possess me. I have something that's actively possessing me, and I don't think it's a spirit. I don't think it's something abstract. They sound too human, and they're not me. I used to think it was a form of my psyche that is somehow arguing against me, but I don't think this is it anymore, because there's so many Republicans that suffer from this. It's an argument that we wish to ignore, then we wake up and if I don't actively argue with this garbage, it ends up ruling my mind. And I know. See, I know this. They won't let me say it. I know this garbage that is inside my head, which is honestly mostly just liberal propaganda. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It's something that I actively want to ignore. But for some reason, it is fighting me inside of my mind, trying to get me to believe the stuff that it is saying. And I wake up every morning and I adjust my brain back to the way I want it. And then I wake up, or whatever it is, and I think it has something to do with the fact I love marijuana, but I think they use marijuana as a way to get inside your head. And actually, now that I think of it, Joe Rogan was talking about how they used to use marijuana as a way to see if they could, as a way to manipulate people's minds. That maybe people that are influenced by marijuana can have their minds more easily manipulated. And I think that's part of the reason they use drugs. And I really would like to get on my original point, but these people are segueing me using mind control right there. I have a whole thing I want to talk about, a whole thing I know I want to talk about that just goes blank inside of my mind. That wasn't blank when I didn't put this camera up here, but all of a sudden it's blank. This is not me. This is not my paranoid schizophrenia or any of that other crap. This is some outside entity keeping me from speaking criticism against certain people and certain demographics. This is some government or some liberal trying to save face, because I bet money they know I'm Gabriel. And this is what it is. They would rather destroy me than for me to hurt somebody else's feelings. Because they think that if me, Gabriel, right, if they were actually to believe that I was Gabriel and I was actually to chastise them this way, that they would be so broken inside and they'd be so emotionally distraught that it's like, why would you protect those people? It's like you're trying to force me to forgive people that I do not want to forgive. You're using mind control against me to force me to forgive you people for what you are doing to me. I have to assume that's it, because they're pushing for that inside my mind. Like whoever is inside my brain, and I know it's not God, I know it's not Jesus. And if it is, you're an idiot. Because why does the invalid get to make me less than whole and not suffer any consequences? Like, why is it the Catholic Church? Who is it? Who is protecting some stupid, inequitable invalid? Is it this idea that that you don't want me to condemn people to hell, so you're saving other people's souls by keeping me from criticizing them, keeping me from sending them to hell, and keeping me from condemning them? And you think you're doing a good deed? You do a good deed to a guilty, bad person. You're letting a guilty man off the hook is what you're doing, whoever the fuck you are. I don't know, your Catholic Church, or you the Piskers, or you the CIA, or you a phone company? Who the fuck are you? But I tell you what, I'm going to find you, whoever you are, I'm going to find you, whoever you are, that is manipulating my brain around. I'm going to locate you, I'm going to find you, and I'm going to either put you in prison for the rest of your lives, and then I'm going to get you hit while you're in there. Because I'm going active. I get you hit by a maniac or a neo-Nazi. I don't need to rely on no Crips or Bloods for this. When I go in, I'm with the whites, like normal. And that's what you don't understand. See, these fucking black people and these Jews think white gangsters they paint all white gangsters as just being racist. And they don't understand there are many different types of gangs. There are black gangs, there are white gangs, there are Asian gangs, there are Mexican gangs. Do you understand me? But the way in which they label white gangs, they don't understand. It's just a gang. It's just a gang. You'd be like neo-Nazis and this and that, and they're all fascists, they're all racist. Like, no. And like I keep trying to tell these people, right, without putting it on camera, basically to myself. I would say it's to myself, but it's not to myself. There's a foreign entity that is not me and is not a spirit and is not God, a mortal entity, something that is very human, something that is very probably the United States government or some equivalent, because nobody is that stupid, that is inside my head actively manipulating me all the time, trying to make me believe the crap that they want me to believe. They want me to believe that all white gangs are racist. And I don't even run white when I'm out. I run white when I'm in prison. I hang out with black people most of the time when I'm outside. But this is not something I can explain to them. I'm trying to explain this to myself in my own head. And I end up forgetting these facts. And then these other facts, these other things are placed inside my head. And then I have to actively argue with them to get them the fuck out. You people are wrong, whoever you are. And what you're doing is criminal. And I'm going to locate you. I'm going to find you. I'm going to find out who you are. And you're going to be put in prison for the rest of your life. You're going to be guilty of mayhem, manslaughter, murder, intellectual theft. Probably every crime that's imaginable. Because the more I think about it, the more the more I think that you're not a government entity. I think you are a group of rich, spoiled, rotten brats that has somehow got your hands on a piece of technology or a piece of power that allows you to manipulate people and darn near take people for a fucking joyride. Something that allows you to possess them. I have a feeling it's my eye. I have a feeling it's the eye of Odin, but I'm not going to go there. Whatever it is a thing. It is something. And this is what they are doing. And this is what they are doing to me actively. And I think they're doing it to try to save face. Because if they destroy us, this argument never comes around. If we don't have descendants, there's nobody to complain about their crimes or their criminal behavior 30 years from now. And what they want to do is bury our bones and pretend they never did anything to us. They want to keep their mantra up there where we're the victimizer and they're the victims. Where the white man is to blame for everything and the black man is not. Because it's so insane what you people say. You're so disrespectful towards us. Like we didn't fight a civil war. We didn't go to war with our own brothers. There's 700,000 dead men on the field of battle. Almost all of them white. So you could be free. And I will never forget the disrespect in which you laid upon our shoulders. The lies you told about us. How dare you say that you are more virtuous than us? You never question your own inequity. You lie to yourself, black man and Jew, and claim that you are not inequitable, that you have no inequity. The things that white people have done for you, you would never have done for us. And now we know, because we came to terms with our sin hundreds of years ago, like 100 years ago. And we've been coming to terms with our sin for a long time. And we tell you we're guilty and we're sorry for what we've done to you. And instead of understanding that we're coming to terms with our own sin, you don't come to terms with yours. And that Jew does his best to make sure you don't. Instead, you're a child and he teaches you to point the finger at me. And teaches you that all the wrongdoings that you have done are completely justified, especially towards us. Because we're the sinners and we're the bad guy. To the point in which we're extinct? Is that what you're going to do? Because that's not going to happen. Do you understand me? You're wrong. At this point in time, we get to criticize you because you're guilty. And we're not guilty. We're not you. You want to be a crook? You're guilty, and you should be ashamed. And you're a victim, but really what you are is a punani. What you did was you whined and cried to us until we gave you a piece of what was ours. And then you did your best to make sure we didn't get a piece of what was essentially ours. We gave it to you. We freed you. You did not free yourselves. We criticized ourselves. Unless it was us that wanted you free, you would have never been free. But you seek to make me a slave 100 and some odd years after that after we came to terms with our sin? You want to see her sell fentanyl? You want to see her sell drugs? I tell you one thing, on my plantation, you would never have any drugs. Of course, I don't raise chattel. But you'd probably rather be a chattel than be a mumluck. But of course, I have no idea what it is. Because your culture is you-centric. It is so narrow. I wanted to be a mumluck since I was like 9. But again, you don't know what it is. And no offense, go ahead and you're never going to be a mumluck. You're never going to be a mumluck, and you're never going to be a slave, black man. Go ahead and be free. But know that you are less than every single slave.